All right, here we go. There's much to be learned from the people that you work with day in and day out. Every time I go to a company, people will tell me they've had people that have been there 30 years, 20 years, 15 years that have a lot of experience. And then you have people there that just started last month and this is their first meeting they've ever been to. One of the things I find fascinating with safety is that we don't use the knowledge and the wisdom of some of the people with the most experience. We need to talk to them and let them tell us some great safety stories. There's some lessons they can teach us, and draw them out in your meeting so they can help teach and get the idea of safety across to the people that are there. Always take every opportunity you can to learn from the people in your audience. In one presentation, somebody in my audience coughed, and they made a slight choking type cough. At which point I responded and said, "Are you okay?" They said yes, and then somebody pointed out that if you ever have somebody coughing or doing that type of motion in a meeting and they leave the room, someone should follow them. So I asked, well, why is that? And they said, well, if that person's choking on food or something that they can't swallow and they're coughing, quite often those people are embarrassed. They don't want to have somebody come over and give them the Heimlich maneuver. They don't want to have to, cough something up in front of other people. So they will walk out of the room to avoid embarrassment. The dangerous part is they walk out of the room, and if they pass out, there's no one there to help them. So one of the things the person said was, hey, you need to make sure somebody goes with them just to make sure they are, in fact, okay. I know this is true because I actually did that once. I was in a meeting and I was starting to choke on something. It was a luncheon meeting and I didn't want to make a big deal of it, so I actually walked out of the room to try and clear it out myself. Fortunately, I was able to do so, but I did exactly what the person described. I left the room, and it would have been good if somebody followed me because the room I went to had no one in it, and if I'd have passed out, there would have been no one there to help me. So I love learning from my audience. I didn't have any idea about that, and I even took that and put that story into one of my newsletters to teach other people about that little safety tip. So once again, when you speak in front of other people and you can enjoy that, you can learn a whole bunch from your audiences, and that also helps you pay attention to them. Don't miss out. Be sure to hit the red button on the lower right and subscribe. That way, every time we release a video, you'll be aware of it.